The Gobble Gobble Moo Tractor Book by Jez Alborough. Early one morning, when Farmer Dougal was still asleep, Sheep climbed up on the big red tractor. "What are you doing?" asked Cat. "I'm going for a ride," said Sheep. "This is the sound the tractor makes when you turn the engine on. Ba." "Can I come?" said Cat. "I can do the sound the engine makes when it starts to wiggle and jiggle. Purr." "Wait for me," said Turkey. "I can do the sound the tractor makes when it drives off down the lane. Gobble, gobble, gobble." "Let's do it again," said Cat. "But what about Farmer Dougal?" said Sheep. "What if he wakes up and sees us?" So we've got Sheep, Cat and Turkey looked at Sheep with two silly smirks and said, "Please." "All right," said Sheep. "Let's go for a ride. Ready?" There they go. "I'm turning the engine on. Ba." "It's wiggling and jiggling. Purr." And the tractor is driving off down the lane. Gobble, 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 gobble. "Can I come too?" said Mouse. "I can do the wheels, the great big wheels which go round and round with a squeak, squeak, squeak." "Wait for me," said Goose. "I can do the horn which shouts, 'Get out of the way,' with a honk, honk, honk." "I can do the engine when the tractor goes fast," said Cow. "It gets louder and louder and it sounds like this. Moo." "Let's do it again," said Cat. "We can all join in," said Mouse. "But what about Farmer Dougal?" said Sheep. Then Cat, Turkey, Mouse, Goose, and Cow looked at Sheep with 6 soppy smiles and said, "Please." "All right," said Sheep. "Ready? I'm turning the engine on. Ba. It's wiggling and jiggling. Purr. And the tractor is driving off down the lane. Gobble, gobble, gobble. The great big wheels are rolling round and round. Squeak, squeak, squeak. The horn is saying, 'Get out of the way,' with a honk, honk, honk. And the engine is going faster and faster. Moo." So all the animals are making the sounds of the tractor. "But then, what's all that rumpus and noise? It sounds like someone is driving off with my tractor." So Farmer Dougal hears something. He thinks someone's driving. "Quick!" cried Sheep. "It's Farmer Dougal. Run!" So they're all hopping off the tractor. Farmer Dougal looked out of the window, and there was his big red tractor, safe and sound. "I must have been dreaming," he said. Then he pulled the curtains shut and climbed back into bed. So there they all are around the tractor, pretending like nothing's happening. Then Cow looked at Sheep. Turkey looked at Sheep. Mouse looked at Sheep. Cat looked at Sheep. Goose looked at Sheep. And Sheep looked at them all with a big goofy grin and said, "Let's do it again." So they can all make the sounds of the tractor. And there you go. So our craft to go with our story is going to be to make a little tractor. So you're going to start with craft sticks, and if you don't have the red ones, you just color them with a marker or paint, or even a bingo dabber works to color them. And to get started, what I've done is I've taken 4 the larger flat craft sticks, and I've attached them together. And I've used this one popsicle stick to kind of anchor them all together. And you need to do this over a little bit of time. You need to take your time because these need to dry and they need to be on the stick. So if you're using your tacky glue, then it goes a little faster. If you're just using regular white glue, once you get all of your parts onto this stick, you need to give it some time to dry and set. So the next step, after you put your 4, is to put another 3. So if you take your scissors, or if a parent takes like a small steak knife or something and cuts the sticks in half, if you don't have that, you can always just score it a little bit and you can try to snap it as well. So any of those will work. You do need to use some bigger scissors. If you try to use smaller scissors, they'll probably break. So that cutting those, I need 3 half pieces. So that's what I'm going to do next, is glue those 3 half pieces on. So I'm just going to put some glue on my popsicle stick, and then I'm going to attach my 3 pieces. And then, because you do need to give it some time and we are on our video, I'm going to put a piece of tape just on there for now so that they will stay together until my glue all dries. So I'm just going to use some tape on the back of my sticks, and you can either leave that on or take it off depending how well your glue is going to hold. So on the back at this point, I have my stick that I glued everything to and my tape. Now I don't think that just using the tape is going to be rigid enough. Once you glue it all, I found that if you didn't have the stick, it tended to flop over and it didn't stay together as well. So that's the start of our tractor. Another part of our tractor is going to be the exhaust stack. So I've just used one of my craft sticks and I've colored it black, and I'm going to attach that on there with some glue as well. So I'm just going to put some glue down on the bottom of that, and I'm going to stick that on, and then again I'm going to use a piece of tape to just hold it on there until my glue sets. So that's going to take some time. Alright, so I'm going to put a little piece of tape on the front, and then as soon as my glue sets, I will pull that tape off. So while I'm waiting for that to set, I am going to make my tires. So you need to look around your house and find some circles to trace. If you're not comfortable making circles, you can trace them. So this would maybe be a coffee mug and a juice cup for size. And you're going to cut those out. So you can also just make your own circles if you're comfortable doing your own circles. So I'm going to cut my 2 circles out. And then my next set is going to be the inside of my wheels, or the hub of the wheel. So this is going to be my juice cup again, and then if you have another smaller cup or like a salt and pepper shaker or something smaller in your house where you can do your next size down. They don't need to be exact. They don't need to be a perfect ratio of the size of the tire. It's just a circle to go inside. If you had some nice silver markers, you could just use those and you could color the inside of your tires doing that as well. All right, so now I have my 4 circles and I'm going to glue them inside each other. So I'm just going to quickly do that down on my flat surface. So I'm adding that into the center. So the back wheel of the tractor is always the big, huge wheel. It helps you get through all the dirt and the mud, and the front wheel is the one that helps you steer, and it's the smaller tire. So those are my 2 tires with the rims inside. And now I'm going to add those onto my tractor. So I'm just going to glue the top portion And then I'm going to take that and attach it to my tractor. You don't want it to be too far forward or back, right in the corners, right? And then your front tire, so you want your front tire to be as level as your other tire. You don't want it to be up too high or down too low. And it'll be on the corner as well. So try to eyeball where those tires will be. So once your glue has set, you can pull your tape off of your exhaust pipe on the front. And those are our tractors for Farmer Dougal.